digital.
What's the name of your band?
For the Grass.
Thank you.
We'll play it on stage if you give us one.
All right, so E3 predictions. Let's go in the order that the conferences are going to go in. So Microsoft is Tuesday night.
A whole lot of Halo 3.
Halo 3, they're going to pitch. Do you think they're going to make a big deal of like the other Halo games, Halo Wars, or like not take away from?
I think they'll do a teaser trailer for Halo Wars. It's not going to be gameplay probably. Like they should just focus on Halo 3. I mean, this is the one big showcase where it's the biggest game. Like let it have its moment in the sun, I say.
So Mass Effect, obviously. Like what else? What are the other big like?
The question Mass Effect is if they're going to announce a release date or not. Whether is it going to be November? Is it going to be next year? I mean, that's the big question.
By E3, they had said that it was going to come out before E3. That was their guarantee before E3.
Yeah, and now it's a problem of when do they release it, even if it is done, like, you know, in terms of spacing it away from Halo and away from BioShock and some of these other games that are kind of similar in a little bit, you know. Like,
okay, well, what about new games? What about surprises? Like, what's Rare up to? You think we'll finally get a glimpse of a couple of Rare titles?
They showed Banjo 3E a year ago, so I think they should be able to show like real, you know, like live footage of that. Hopefully,
that'll be it.
No, Max, like what?
That'll be it.
Fable 2, obviously. Alan Wake.
We'll see our first gameplay glimpse. It's not gonna be playable or anything, but I think we're gonna see it. It's gonna be a 2008 game.
They should show Alan Wake. They should show Too Human just in trailer form. I don't think it's going to be playable. Well, maybe. We'll see.
What about like big? Oh yeah, Too Human. They have to. That's going to be one of their big.
Trailer. God, they don't want to repeat performance from that last year, dude. It's going to be
the opposite and show like they can hit at E3.
I guarantee they're not showing it at E3. It will not be at E3. It'll be in video form only.
Brian seems to have some inside intel on that one.
They're not going to take the chance of it getting bagged again.
The reason that Geometry Wars Galaxies got announced is it because they have a real Geometry Wars sequel brewing for 360 somewhere?
We played PGR4 and we asked them if there's going to be a new arcade game in it. They implied there is, but they wouldn't say if it is a new Geometry Wars or if it's something else.
Well, we also know for sure that Bazaar has at least like 2 or 3 separate live arcade games in development. We don't know what's going to be in PGR, but we know they have multiple ones.
Everything we talked about from Microsoft we already knew about.
Well, yeah, what about surprises? That's what I'm saying. Like Killer Instinct, 4 or whatever. Like
we've heard rumblings of a new Perfect Dark. Like I don't know if that's true or not.
I think there's gonna be a lot of teaser trailers, a lot of like CG stuff, giving like here's coming 2008. We're not talking about it. It's coming, and like it'll be part of a big montage and like we get real small glimpses, a lot of CG shit.
I also think that Microsoft will show some of the third-party exclusives they have now, like Ace Combat 6, Fatal Inertia.
Splinter Cell.
What about price drop? Do you think they'll go because they're going first, and a lot of people are expecting them to react?
There's not gonna be price drops, but I'm sure we're gonna start seeing the SKUs getting altered and tweaked to give the appearance that they're changing things, and like we're getting different SKUs, and like I guarantee Sony's gonna do the same thing, and we'll get to that. But like we're not gonna see price drops. We're not gonna see $100 off, and then
I think hopefully we'll come out of the press conference with only 2 SKUs instead of 3.
Yeah,
like,
I think we're gonna.
They don't need 3.
They're gonna throw more stuff in there. You're gonna get more stuff free. Maybe get a bundle, maybe a game or something.
I think there will also be like a couple big live arcade game surprises. Like I think there's gonna be like some games that you're not like you're like wow.
Do something on Wednesday. Like they usually do something big around their events for like a live arcade release. So I think during E3 they do these bonanzas of like demos and stuff. So we should have something special on Wednesday.
Marathon.
That would make a lot of sense.
Marathon. It's what's different about Marathon. Is it just a port? Because like we heard a while ago that like it may have some humorous twist and maybe like this bigger thing.
We'll all be finding out very, very soon.
Yeah.
All right, Wednesday morning, early Nintendo. You have the big 3 Nintendo games: Metroid Prime, Mario.
Smash Brothers,
which is probably the biggest of them all.
I mean, they all have to be there and playable with release dates. Like, nobody should be surprised by these games being playable. Those were kind of supposed to be launch games, if you recall. Like, Mario and Metroid were supposed to be out last fall. So,
well, they said Mario would not make launch, but it's made it sound like it would be early this year, right? And then Metroid, of course. But like, so those are 3 really big games. What's Nintendo going to pull out to surprise that's going to get the fans excited?
Animal Crossing, like that is long expected. We know it's coming. It has to be there. You know, it should be the showcase title for WeConnect 24. Mario Kart also, like they don't have to show that, but they probably should. Like,
do you think that's enough to get people excited though?
Oh.
Like, I think they have to show either a brand new AAA first party
new
Nintendo
Miyamoto
thing,
IP.
something like a Kid
Right.
Icarus,
Well-
something that the fans are going to like get that excited.
Come on. How about like a Luigi's Mansion designed around the Wii? Like you're using the flashlight, the Wii remote as a flashlight.
The only reason I'm saying it is because like that's just a frame of reference, just something that's old that they're gonna bring back to, again.
I would expect something more like the Wii Fitness or like a Wii Sports 2, something that's more Wii, more
The
original.
Olympic. I hope they don't think
Mario
the
Sonic
Olympic
Olympics.
that's big
You
enough
don't think
to
you're
get excited
gonna?
about.
You don't think they're gonna try to appeal to what the hardcore audience wants at E3 of all places? Like they did that whole press event. The last whole press event was all non-hardcore games. Like it seems like if there is a time to get the people who wear Zelda hats to fucking public places,
I think we're gonna see the first glimpse of third parties really starting to put their muscle behind
Really?
the
What
machine.
do you think that's
We're
going to
just gonna get the announcements. I think we're gonna get announcements. We're gonna get like dedications. We're not gonna get to see games. We're not gonna see trailers. But we're gonna start seeing like companies like you got already Take-Two saying like they're going to a DS Wii Focus and like their big game this fall is Grand Theft Auto 4. So like we're gonna see companies putting their muscle behind it. They're not gonna come this fall. They're gonna come next year. But we're gonna start seeing the companies putting the dedication
there are
behind
some,
it.
Nintendo system's actually selling and developers are getting interested in it. So it may not happen this year, but you're gonna see third-party
You
stuff.
used to hear it from Nintendo, like, oh yeah, we're getting the third parties included. No, really, but now you're actually hearing it from the third parties, like Activision and THQ.
You just have to give them time. They
Right.
can't do it in 2007. Like it's going to be next year, but we're going to hear those announcements.
My argument is, given the audience that is making the Wii such a success, those games aren't going to be the games you necessarily want. They're going to be like more broad-ranging, family-centric mini-game collections. You're not going to get killer third-party AAA hardcore exclusives this E3. You're really not. All right.
The assumption that you're even going to see that kind of stuff in the first place. It's like you said, it's successful based on this. It's like you should see that symphony orchestra, symphony conductor game and stuff like that. And like the notion of like a disappointed Nintendo fan, I don't get it. Like there's no such thing. It's like your mom saying she doesn't want to go to Krispy Kreme or something, dude.
Wii Music, that should be there maybe too. But like you're forgetting about Nintendo's most popular console, the DS, and there will be a lot of cool stuff there for that, like Zelda. They could surprise us with some
like
cool
a new
games.
Super Mario Brothers 2 or a new Super Mario Brothers
Or
3
a
or
new
something.
2D Metroid maybe.
Another
Yeah.
2D Metroid, yeah, I would predict that. Do you think they're going to do anything hardware, any exciting DS hardware
I
announcements?
hope not. Nah, they don't need to at this point.
They don't need a price drop. They don't need a redesign.
New
What
colors
is-
for
Yeah.
America.
What about like Meet? What about like Wii channels or anything like that? Like,
WiiWare, they could actually show off WiiWare.
Yeah,
possibly.
we'll probably see that. Some of the games are coming. Maybe Sam and Max. That's been talked about forever.
Nintendo had like 20 first-party DS games last year at E3. I bet we'll see a deluge of really cool-looking DS stuff at E3.
If anything, if there's a thing to be excited about from Nintendo, it's DS and 100%.
Sony then. Sony, like obviously Killzone is kind of what they've already said they're going to be. That's going to be like one of their big games.
Right. It's like do or die for Killzone. I mean,
Right.
they hyped it up to last year at E3 so much, then we saw that little video at GDC didn't look that good. So they really have to deliver that.
And I've heard like actual theories that people that they showed something that it looks worse than the actual
Right.
game at that pre-GDC event,
Just
just
to
to
lower
lower
expectations.
expectations, which that seems a little too like conspiracy theory.
Even games like Call of Duty 4, like the videos that are coming out of that look more impressive than you'd think. Like, I haven't played Call of Duty since Call of Duty 1 just because I'm tired of that shit. But some of the way that the characters' arms are moving and that the AI characters are interacting, like it looks kind of like what they were thinking they were going to be able to do with Killzone from that original CG trailer.
I hear a lot of people actually talking about Call of Duty 4.
The
but-
question is going to be at their press conference. Last year, they kind of made a misstep by showing too many first-party games, and they didn't really show much third-party stuff. So I think
You
this
don't want to
year,
see another F1 game up there?
no, I don't.
But I mean,
see
you
their
think
one
they're
game.
going to show
behind you.
they have to show Final Fantasy 13, obviously. Remind people that
Which
they
they
have to
won't.
show.
I think they will.
What about Metal Gear?
I think Metal Gear and Final Fantasy will both be a part of Sony's presentation.
It'll be old footage from Final Fantasy, and there'll be a new Metal Gear trailer.
Do you think part of the Metal Gear? Man, that's getting into third-party stuff. But do you think Metal Gear's coming out this year still?
No.
But you think demo this year?
Sadly,
game
it's
next
not
year?
coming out.
I think there'll be a demo this year. But yeah, I'm curious to see. Sony has so much unreleased stuff that they haven't delivered on. Like, are they going to announce a lot of new stuff? I don't know if they will.
Well, yeah. What are the surprises though if they don't? Like, if they're showing like Africa. And other stuff.
They already released that SCE release list for the next, for the rest of the year, and it's got games on there that aren't technically announced in America.
Oh,
like
Gran Turismo,
GT5
right, yeah.
Prologue is coming out in November in Europe.
GT5 is going to be the big reveal there. I think it is, and I think it's going to look really, really good. And that there will be a playable version out this year, not the full game though. I think that might be like the big thing they're revealing at the end.
Do you think that's enough? Do you think like with that and like
Well,
I mean
that
the problem is they have a
Turismo,
ton
like-
coming out
like,
this
does
fall,
anyone
but
care
like
at this point?
but as far as getting people excited, you
dude,
want to show new
like-
stuff.
But Uncharted, Heavenly Sword, Wipeout. I mean, there's a lot of things that aren't out, like Killzone, Ratchet. There's a lot of really quality games we need to see more of. So, that with a few new announcements, I think it's strong enough. In terms of the games there, I think it's going to be more things you already know, kind of like Microsoft's. Like, there's a lot of things we already know about that need to deliver on before they show us 10 new games you've never heard of.
We're going to see updated trailers for those and maybe a vague release date, but it's going to be another montage of here's coming next year, and like we'll talk about it.
I think
at
there
some
will
point.
be one or two really big surprises. First party stuff and like one or two big third party announcements. I would not be surprised to see Epic on stage showing things at their press conference. Or maybe Jaffe will show some of his new downloadable games. That'd be cool.
Apparently Jaffe signed a contract like 2 days ago or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
it's right around E3, so we're gonna hear what Jaffe's finally up to, and I'll finally be vindicated.
If we already started talking about Metal Gear, you don't think it's gonna you think A, there's gonna be a delay, and then B, the other thing is multi-platform. Is it gonna happen?
I don't think there'll be no announcement multi-platform. They'll announce it next year. It's going to be an unbelievable trailer. It's going to get everybody excited again for it.
Kojima Productions already said like when Kojima commits to a release date, like he commits to that release date. So the fact that he's going to miss 2007, like it seems unfathomable that we're not going to have a playable demo to like show. Look, we're working on the game. We just want it perfect. We're sorry, it's coming, and it's.
I mean, I think the bigger question on Konami is what else do they have besides Metal Gear and Winning 11? Like, we've heard that Kojima Productions has some other games, so I'm curious to see what those are.
Capcom apparently not making a big deal of E3. Not gonna have RE5.
I think DMC4 is going to show really well. It's a good game.
Yeah.
But they really should show RE5. I think.
Just something like to show that it's still around. We haven't seen anything for like a year and a half.
Big third-party stuff. GTA 4, of course.
Well, but Rockstar.
Rockstar is
I
not
don't think it's going to be a thing. I think a big thing about that is when will it come out, if it's going to have to require the hard drive or not. I mean, I think that's my big
or
question.
there's going to be a difference between the versions.
Yeah, I mean,
They can't really, like, we've heard that stuff, but they can't really
it's gonna,
do that.
My bet is it's going to require the hard drive.
Really?
I'm convinced it's going to require the hard drive. 360's lead SKU, and they're just going to say, we can't make this game the way we want it unless without a hard drive, and Microsoft's going to go, okay, no problem.
Microsoft's going to make a bigger deal out of it than Sony? Or?
Yeah. They're going to, I think one thing about Microsoft, press conferences, the big downloadable episodes or something. They might
Yeah,
make
we'll
a
start
bigger
hearing
deal.
when that's coming, what the first chapter is. Like, it's got to come out by next March, so we'll start hearing. Because they want to hammer away that it's, it's on both, but you're getting the extra with this.
Assassin's Creed, some people, that's like their early, like, pick for game of the show.
It's going to be really playable. It's going to be like a big focus at Ubisoft. They're having a party for it. Like,
Do you think they're gonna be
Splinter Cell.
really?
Really?
Nope. All Assassins.
I'm assuming they're going to show that same sort of area. We've seen that.
One central.
That one sort of city, and it looks
yeah.
unbelievable, but it'd be kind of curious if they're going to reveal more, if it's going to be coming out like this fall.
You go up to the Assassin's Creed booth and all of a sudden it's like modern day setting or something, some other random historical period.
What about EA? I mean, is 4 going to be game of the show for the 4th E3 again? Like, seriously, come on.
I think it'd be a mistake to show us 4 at this point if it's not coming out that soon because they've already shown so much.
has intel.
Well, we still can't get confirmation as to what's going on with it, but there's one interesting thing I know is that the plan is to release the creature editor for free online prior to the game actually coming out with some lead time. So, then you get in there, you start making your creatures, and even if you're not, necessarily thinking you're going to get it, it could spread like a meme, YouTube videos and stuff. And then at that point, it's a no-brainer when the game comes out.
They've still got a year.
And yeah, so they got a lot of time to do that.
Rock Band.
Rock Band.
I think Rock Band could be like
huge.
the game of the show in many ways.
I think
Do you think they're going to come
E3 event, they're supposed to nominate like what categories they think you should consider things for a game of the show. The only game they had nominated for best of like the whole show was Rock Band. Like the rest of their stuff, they didn't even put in that category.
I think the takeaway is going to be like Guitar Hero 3. People are going to be like, sorry, even if it has good songs, even if it has new
It's going to
stuff.
sell. It's got the name, but I think like the base is going to switch. Like absolutely.
What do you think? We're gonna see Ninja Gaiden 2?
Yeah, I expect that to be announced at Microsoft's press conference. Anything out of Activision you guys are excited about?
I don't think Activision's going to do that big at E3. Like, yeah, they have but everything you've seen, you kind of already know. I don't think there's going to be any surprises from them.
No new Spider-Man?
I think there is a new Spider-Man actually. So get excited.
Yeah.
What about Sega?
What about Sega?
Yeah.
But like, in terms of new games from Sega that are exciting, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Thanks, you guys.